At the western end of Loch Ness is Fort Augustus, a handy midway point for a stopover, and where you transit a flight of 5 lochs. The engineering is so simple and so timeless. The Caledonian Canal is actually a combination of 21.5 miles of canal, linking 38.5 miles of natural lochs. The canal sections are pleasant and mellow, with a speed limit of 5 knots. Plenty fast enough, and gives you time to really enjoy them. The lochs themselves are simple enough to pass through. Just a matter of keeping tension on your ropes to deal with the flow of water in or out of the loch basin. You meet all sorts of vessels in the canal. Some commercial fishing boats use it to move between east and west coast fishing grounds.
So we're just about to go out of this stretch of the canal into Loch Oich. I'm just waiting for the bridge master.
From Caledonian to Aberalder Bridge. This is Aberalder Bridge, over.
Aberalder Bridge, this is Shark Bay, over.
Shark Bay, give you a throttle a wee kick, will you? You're going to help us slow there, over.
Alright mate, we're on our way a little bit quicker.
Thank you, just beginning to swing now.
It's 5:30, they close at 5:30, it's a Sunday night, and as the lock keeper said back there, he can't wait to get home to his Sunday roast. So I think we're the last boat out of the canal tonight, and they'll be glad to see the back of us.
I'm more used to being told to slow down than to speed up.
This is the highest point of the canal now. It's about 106 feet above sea level. From here we drop back down to the sea on the western side. This is as good as it gets, isn't it? We've not seen a single boat since we came into Loch Oich. We've got a hotel pontoon to ourselves. Just behind us there's a ruin of a castle we can go and explore. Paradise, absolute paradise.
Next morning was one of the stillest I've ever seen, a dawn of unusual beauty. The tree-lined passage of Lagan Avenue links Loch Oich with Loch Lochy. It's another uniquely different sector of the transit.
So we've got the wide open expanse of the loch here now. I think we can just open her up and get to the west coast by lunchtime. Here we go. See, I told you it was cold. It may look sunny, but there's still snow on the mountains. Well cold, well cold.
This cruise ship is one of the biggest that transits the canal, and it can barely squeeze through. I wonder if the canal's designers and engineers could ever have envisaged vessels like this.
Well, we're at the top of Neptune steps now, at just about the very western end of the Caledonian Canal before it goes into the Atlantic and the islands. We've just seen a big cruise ship coming through the loch, about as big as you could get through there. You couldn't squeeze much more lengthwise, widthwise through. So we're going to actually turn around and head back east now before it gets ahead of us and delays our progress.
Not only is the Caledonian Canal a great experience, it's also a fantastic and safe shortcut through mainland Scotland for vessels that want to avoid the far longer and perilous route through the Pentland Firth and around Cape Wrath. When planning our trip, we always knew that this was an option open to us, but both of us agreed that if we didn't actually head round the very north of Scotland, we wouldn't really feel that we'd achieved our mission. So heading back east again towards Inverness, we knew we'd had the best of both worlds. We'd enjoyed the Caledonian Canal, and we were now going to tackle what seemed on paper one of the most difficult stages of the voyage. In fact, as we got nearer to Inverness, the weather forecast was getting continually worse, as a series of low pressures were marching across the north of Scotland, with no real end in sight. So we reluctantly made the decision to leave the boat in the safety of Inverness Marina and catch an EasyJet flight back to the southwest and home. It was to be a further week before we returned again to Inverness, and with the promise of favourable weather, head to the very northern tip of mainland Britain.
Yeah, we're just approaching the final sea lock now, and then out into the Firth and leaving the Caledonian Canal. An amazing 4 days. I'd recommend it to anybody who gets the chance. Go through the canal. Something else, it really is something else.